Housing construction sites like this are rare in Los Angeles. Added to that dilemma is the vacancy rate for apartment dwellers, less than 1%, putting the city in the grips of a major housing crisis. In an attempt to find ways to spur construction of low and moderate income home and apartments, Mayor Bradley composed an ad hoc committee on housing. Their findings released today were not optimistic. Chairman J. Howard Edgerton says the moderate income housing of the future will be more living units of smaller size on less space if it's to happen at all.
The housing units are probably going to have to be smaller. The 2,500 square foot house on a half acre of land with two large automobiles sitting in the garage is no longer a realistic American dream. At the cost of everything and the problems of inflation makes that practically impossible for any other than the very wealthy families. Over 14, we recommended many zoning changes. For example, we've recommended that the single-family lots of 6,000 square feet should be modified.
A great deal of debate is still to come in City Hall before any type of a low or moderate income housing plan can ever get off the ground. Committee Chairman Edgerton says that compromise and sacrifice are essential between city regulators, homeowner groups, and environmentalists. If that doesn't happen, both Mayor Bradley and his committee fear that moderate income housing in this city may never really get off the ground. Skylar Sprouse for News at 10.
Okay.
Edgerton says for a housing plan to come together, home builders will need incentives, and the committee strongly favors lifting rent controls on all new housing. Mayor Bradley agrees the controversial issue will again need to be addressed.
Smaller may not necessarily be better, but smaller certainly is going to be the direction in which we must go if we expect to build more housing for low and moderate income families. That's the essence of what is said in this report in a variety of ways. I don't have any doubt whatsoever about the reduction of processing time. We've already cut the time for permit processing from 18 months to about 9 months. I think we can do better, and we will. I'm very pleased that the ad hoc committee on housing has completed its preliminary work. They understand they'll be called back for a follow-up report for checking on the progress of their recommendations. But they've done an outstanding job of listening to people, of exploring the many facets of the problem of families. And I'm pleased for action, either implementing the recommendations or referring them to the City Council for their legislative action. I want to express my appreciation to the members of this committee, state or the nation at this time. And it is my hope that the work that they have put into this effort will pay off in huge dividends as we move toward implementation of their recommendations. I'm pleased now to call on the
size of Los Angeles and a vacancy ratio of less than 1%. That's an extremely serious and extremely unusual situation. Our committee feels basically that in housing, like perhaps with automobiles, one thing we will all have to learn to do is perhaps live with less. In using land, for example, with its incredibly high cost, the only way that you can reduce the cost of land per unit of housing is obviously to have higher density, and throughout our report, we have emphasized the necessity of changes in some of our zoning ordinances and some of the regulations in the housing agencies with respect to the use of land so that we can have a higher density in order to alleviate this housing shortage. And the city planners and the to learn and to compromise with respect to some of the there are, as I have already mentioned, to allow one more unit, not in excess of 800 square feet on it, and we think that would create a great many immediate housing units to be built. We've made a lot of recommendations with respect to using commercial areas for residential housing. For example, in a lot of the small shopping centers and whatnot, there could be living units built. The parking is there. Living units could be built over the shops, and under current zoning ordinances, that in most cases is not allowed, but we feel that a great many residential units could be created if we use some of our commercial areas. We feel that
It's not a matter of whether I am now supporting or will support. I think it's appropriate that they all be referred to the various departments involved and get their reaction before making any recommendation to the City Council or putting them into effect by executive directive. So I'm not going to make a prejudgment about them. I want to give adequate opportunity for the departments to respond to them.
Well, I understand that, but you have...
Clear to me, based upon all of the evidence I've seen in the last couple of years.
I would say that the efficient use of land, getting more units on the land, obviously at a lower cost because of the higher density, that and utilizing smaller units, thereby reducing the final cost to the consumer. Those two items together, my personal opinion, are the most important in the report.
Mr. Edgerton, you keep referring to the
Have some protection from the standpoint of rent control on their units until they get their investment.
Desire or ability of developers to produce the units. I've had some reports from Building and Safety to try to indicate to me whether or not that's true. Reports I've seen thus far have not given that indication of a significant shift in the number of applications for permits. But I do believe that a lot of people believe that there is a danger that their investments may be endangered by later adoption of rent regulation with regard to newly constructed apartment units. And for that reason, I am supportive of the idea of some charter amendment that would go beyond the simple adoption of an ordinance, providing that kind of protection. The limits, the precise language is something that we have not yet refined, but I think that it is a practical approach, one that I think has merit.
Mr. Edgerton, you, in the report, it mentions that we need, I guess, 50.
While the committee is getting seated, let me explain the format that we'd like to use. I will make a very brief to elaborate on what Howard has reported, may do so. And after those... Everybody ready?
Well, we'll be on the news tonight, huh?
Is that today their recommendations, which have been submitted to me and will be reported by the chairman, will be referred to the various city departments, the planning department, building and safety, the city attorney, all of whom will report to me by August 1st their reactions to these recommendations. And depending upon their reactions, we will